Topic 2.3 Exchange in the Indian Ocean. What was the Indian Ocean trade? The Indian Ocean trade was a remarkable system of maritime trade routes that connected various nations around the Indian Ocean, involving areas in Africa, Asia, and the Middle East. Initiated around the 3rd century BCE, it continued until the 15th century CE, facilitating a wide-scale exchange of goods like spices, silk, and precious metals. Part of what made this extensive network successful was the utilization of lateen sails and dhow ships. The lateen sails, with their triangular design, allowed for greater maneuverability in the changing wind patterns, while the dhow ships, known for their durability and larger cargo capacity, became the backbone of maritime trade in the region. Central to this network were emerging states and trading hubs. There were the city-states of the Swahili coast. These thrived by connecting the African interior to the broader trading network. There was Gujarat. This Indian state was a hub of economic and cultural activities, partly because of its central role in the trade network, and they followed China in doing commercial trade. And the Sultanate of Malacca, strategically located to control a crucial point in the trade network. It had profound influence over the trade in the region, and Malacca still does over the South China Sea. Here we have Zheng He's navigational map from 1430. So, why was this all so important? The significance of the Indian Ocean trade spans several critical aspects. The first is their economic growth. Key regions like the Swahili coast and Gujarat witnessed unprecedented economic growth, with cities becoming centers of wealth and commerce due to the vibrant trade activities powered by the network. Number two, it's cultural exchange. It facilitated a massive cultural exchange. Traders navigated through routes using astrolabes to determine their location through the stars, sharing not only goods but also knowledge, beliefs, and language as they journeyed from one port to the other. Political power. Control over strategic points in this network could empower a state significantly, as seen with the influential Sultanate of Malacca, which managed to dominate a critical trade route, leveraging it for political power and economic gains. Finally, technological advancements. The knowledge of monsoon winds, understanding their seasonal patterns, became a game changer in this maritime trade, allowing sailors to plan voyages more efficiently and safely, leveraging the winds to their advantage. This, coupled with the use of technologies like the astrolabe, revolutionized navigation, opening up more routes and fostering smoother, faster trade connections. So, what were the causes of this Indian Ocean trade? Well, there were geographical advantages. The Indian Ocean basin facilitated trading connections between diverse cultures and economies. Coastal trade cities such as Mombasa in Africa, Gali in Sri Lanka, and Aden in Yemen were integral in this trade network, with their strategic locations offering direct access to rich natural resources, including spices, gold, and ivory, which were in high demand in other regions. Technological advancements. Advancements in shipbuilding technologies, such as the introduction of the Flout, a Dutch-designed ship optimized for carrying large quantities of goods, revolutionized trade. Maritime tools, including sophisticated map charting methods and the development of the quadrant, greatly enhanced navigational accuracy, complementing existing tools like the compass to make voyages safer and more efficient. Economic motivations were obviously there. The economic motivations driving the trade included a high demand for exclusive goods such as Chinese silks, Indian spices, and African ivory. Vibrant marketplaces in cities like Calicut in India and Srivijaya in Indonesia became bustling hubs of commerce, fostering a rich trade culture and facilitating economic prosperity. And there were cultural and political factors. Religious dispersion, notably Islam, fostered by missionary activities and trading connections, led to shared values and cultural understandings. Empires like the Ming Dynasty in China, with their extensive naval expeditions, significantly influenced the growth and maintenance of the trade networks. So, what were the effects of the Indian Ocean on trade? Well, there was economic prosperity. The trading network fostered economic growth, with cities evolving into cosmopolitan centers, fostering industries such as textile manufacturing, and cities like Dhaka, which was renowned for producing high quality muslin. Moreover, the establishment of warehousing systems, super early, including granaries and secure storage facilities, facilitated larger, safer, and more efficient trade, steering economic dynamics favorably. There were technological and navigational breakthroughs. Technological breakthroughs were witnessed in different sectors, including warehousing, where innovations such as crane technology to lift heavy goods and advanced inventory systems improved the efficiency of loading and unloading goods, transforming warehousing operations. There's also cultural fusion. The trade led to a unique blending of cultures, reflected in the fusion of architectural styles, the creation of Swahili as a new language, and the birth of distinctive genres of music and art that borrowed elements from various cultures, creating a rich tapestry of interconnected civilizations. And finally, there were political changes. Political landscapes were reshaped, with regions establishing diplomatic relations and engaging in state sponsored voyages. The Chinese eunuch admiral Zheng He's diplomatic voyages, for instance, played a crucial role in fostering diplomatic and trade relations, encouraging political stability and economic integration, even though he went seeking tribute. Now, another one, formation of diasporic communities. The Indian Ocean trade led to the creation of diasporic communities, groups who settle far from their homelands, forming communities with mixed cultures. There were Arab and Persian communities in East Africa. Arab and Persian traders first came to East African coastal towns for trade and later settled in regions such as Zanzibar, integrating with locals and establishing actual dynasties like the Shirazi in Kilwa. This blend of cultures birthed the Swahili language, which combines Bantu language with Arabic. There were Chinese merchant communities in Southeast Asia, and there still are. Chinese merchants settled in hubs like Malacca and Java, bringing their craftsmanship and business knowledge, influencing local cultures, and initiating a culinary fusion through the introduction of new food ingredients. And there were Malay communities in the Indian Ocean basin. Malay sailors settled in regions, including Sri Lanka and the Nicobar Islands, spreading the Malay language and introducing Islam, which influenced local art and architecture. Diasporic communities arose due to economic opportunities. Traders settled in new regions to exploit market and economic opportunities. Cultural exchange. Different cultures merged, forming new languages, religion, and art forms. And political stability. Many chose regions with political stability, favorable for trade and business. Finally, how did the environmental factors impact Indian Ocean trade? First off, there were the monsoon winds. Traders developed a rich understanding of the monsoon winds to plan voyages effectively. These winds changed directions seasonally, greatly affecting sailing routes. Traders utilized this knowledge to ensure not just safety, but also the timeliness of their voyages, optimizing for periods when winds would be favorable. There was geographic knowledge. Traders used geographic knowledge to navigate safely and efficiently. They identified and used natural harbors and straits, such as the Strait of Malacca, which was a vital point for trade due to its strategic location between the Malay Peninsula and the Indonesian island of Sumatra. There's also biodiversity and natural resources. Different regions offered unique goods. The Maluku Islands were the primary source for spices, such as nutmeg and cloves, both of which were prized for their rarity and flavor. East Africa contributed goods like ivory, sourced from the African elephant, and gold, which was mined from regions such as Zimbabwe and Kilwa. Climate. Understanding regional climate variances allowed for the strategic cultivation of crops, with traders knowing exactly what products to expect from different regions. For instance, the seasonal monsoons influenced agricultural cycles, with regions adjusting their planting schedules to maximize yield, thereby enhancing the diversity and availability of goods in the trade network.